In the previous video, we have seen automating our first test. Now in this session, let's see how we can automate the login page completely with login credentials. Let's get into the project we created. Our project is My Sauce Demo. Let me click on it. Let's get into the tests page. For now, there is only one test available, which is launching applications working fine, which we have seen in the previous video. Now we have to create a fresh test. We can provide the test name as login with valid credentials should work because we are verifying that login scenario is working fine after providing the proper credentials. Let me provide the same in the description. An ID as TC2 and priority can be high. Automated is checked and let's click on the create button. Test is created with the name login with valid credentials should work. Let's get into the test. The test page is empty because there are no actions created so far. We can create the elements for the actions that we have to perform within the inbuilt object of the Sedstart, which is browser. So here in the test, we are going to navigate to the application and provide username, password, and click on login button and verify the title of the landed page. For that, let's do the navigation first. Inside the browser, we have already have the current tab element, which is by default available there. Let's drag and drop inside the test. So we have the action specified as navigate here. Navigate using browser dot current tab to this input field is available to provide the URL of the application we are intended to work with. Instead of hardcoding the URL, we can provide the URL provided in the profiles page. We have created a profile called fraud and a user-defined variable URL and have provided the URL of the application. So we can utilize it within the test. Can provide the keyword profile dot variable name URL. A new tab opened as root with auto as timeout. Thereby we have created the navigation step for it. The next step is to provide the username. For that we have to take the locator for the username field for the application. Here let's quickly inspect and take the element locator for username. We have the ID. Let's check. It's pointing to username field and there is only one occurrence. We can utilize this locator. Inside the browser object, we can create an element for username. It has to be username. And the locator inside the matchsticks. ID equal to username. And we have to create the locator for the password. Name we can take. Name equal to password. So here basically we can take this one. It's pointing to the password field and the occurrence is 1. We can make utilize it. Okay. It has to be password. Let's paste the locator and We have to take the locator for the login button. It has to be login button. So we have name, sorry, the login button. Okay, ID is available. We can utilize that. It has to be login button. Login button. And next, once after logging into the application, we have to take the locator for the title of the landed page. It's already taken. Let's make use of it. Data test equal to title, products page title. Let's create an element as products page title. Products page title. And the copied locator. So we have created the elements as username, password, login button, and products page title. Let's create the actions for it. For the username, user has to click and then provide the username. And for the password, user has to click on the password and provide the password and click on the login button. The same has to be created within the test. So let's drag and drop the username. So we are clicking on the username and we are filling. Instead of click, we have to utilize the fill action here, which will be accompanied with the input field, user defined input field, where we can provide the values to be passed within the top of the text boxes. Fill input field browser.username with value. Okay, so this is the proper username. It has to be provided within the quotes. The same we have to follow for the password. Drag and drop the password field. First action should be clicking and drag and drop the password field and fill the password. This is the valid password for that user. It has to be within the quotes. After providing the username and password, the user has to click on the login button. So we have to drag and drop this element and it has to be only clicking. Once after logging into the application, we have to do the assertion on the landed page. Here we are verifying the page title contains the values which is displayed on the top left corner of the landed page. For example, here in our case, standard user is the valid username and secret source is the valid password. Okay. Once after logging into the application, we can see products available here. So we're verifying if products is displayed after login. We have got the locator created already for this. Let's cross check once. It's pointing to products. So we have to copy the text products from here, and for the assertion to be performed or the verification to be performed, we have to drag and drop the products page title element. Instead of click, we have to utilize text content verification method here, where it's verifying if the browser.products page title text content is products. So we are first initially navigating to the application, and the profile.url points to the URL containing the URL of the application stored from the profile, and we are clicking on the username, filling the username, we are clicking on the password, filling the password, we are clicking on the login button, we are verifying that the page comes after login contains the text products. Let's click on the run. Here the profile we created is displayed, which is prod that we have seen in the last video. Let's click on Chrome. The test is getting executed. We could see that all of the steps within the test is passed. The execution result is passed. So the URL is valid and the user could navigate to the URL, and we could click and fill the username, we could click and fill the password. After logging in, we can able to verify whether it has got products displayed there. And there is a execution status video. We can click on it to check. Okay, here I'm just setting the playback speed to be zero point 0.5 so that it will be a little bit slower. Oh yeah, it provides standard user and the password, and it has clicked and it has verified products. We can also click on the details. Okay, so here we could see totals count and the past count, and we have the provision to check this and check the video here also. Yes. Now let's get into the dashboard page. It's filtered for the current date. The automation status is having one for the status automated, and it is in the green for the tests. And the run status is count of runs is one, that is passed, and the count of tests is one, that is passed. And the detailed run status, we could see the test that we have created and the status, and below that we could see all the steps of this test and the statuses as such. Hope this video gives an idea of how we have to automate the login page by providing the login credentials. In the next video, I'll explain you how a user can make a test configurable for data. Thank you.